I tip quite high here anyway. Like I tip taxi drivers. I always round it up.
Same.
Was that 12 quid, 15 quid, brother?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
keep the change.
Yeah. But it's also in some hope that the karma will get back to me some point as well. Like, but you didn't. You know, I nearly got stabbed a couple of weeks ago.
No.
Bro, right? I need to talk about it because I haven't talked about it on the podcast yet. A very warm welcome back to the FARSIDE podcast. This is episode 3. I'm your boy FAR. Tonight we've got a very special guest, an absolute local maverick, a personal hero of mine actually.
Aww.
The voice behind BBC Radio Stoke, if you listen every Saturday like myself, Mr. Lucas Yeomans.
Hey up, man.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
We were just saying before the podcast began, this is so strange for you because you're usually the guy behind the mic.
Mate, I think this is probably my first.
This is your first interview?
Yeah, I don't know.
But you were interviewed before by a school or something?
Yeah, so Seabridge Primary School have got like their own radio station. Mate, their setup is sick. Like it's one of the best setups I've seen.
In a primary school?
The budget must be upper echelon. It's
okay.
good. And they were they interviewed me, but I was just saying like, but they've interviewed like Ant Middleton. He's like this. I think he used to do SAS Who Dares Wins. He's like a proper like big name. And they interviewed him. They've interviewed some like pretty cool people, but they were like buzzing out. Like they got really nervous and like ego was like that.
Yeah,
it was high.
Yeah,
but like it just felt a bit unwarranted, to be honest with you.
So I'm gonna actually start because you parked your car on the wrong street, don't you?
Yeah.
And we just swung around, but we're in the right place now. Fuck Apple, by the way.
Oh, mate,
I said my first swear word as well.
I'm so excited to swear.
So excited to swear because obviously you sort of BBC trained, right?
Yeah.
I want to know if there's some like secret society shit that's gone on. Like, do you know what I mean? Like what actually when you started working for the BBC, yeah, we were like, Luke, come here, we got to talk to you about something.
I've actually been brainwashed at least.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like in like Masonic Hall and all that shit. Like.
I wish I could say that was like there was like a really cool like. I mean, I don't know anyone outside of Radio Stoke. Like
right.
It's like such an in-house thing. I think each department is. I'm sure as you get more and more up and up, like you.
But are you 22 now, aren't you? Yeah.
22.
So you've been doing it since like what, 20 or younger than that?
Well, I mean, so going way back, I started on like Six Towns Radio.
Yeah.
I started there when I was like 14. So I was doing that, and then I did a little stint at another radio station that I don't even want to name.
Okay. Was that your own or something else?
No, it was a big station.
Oh really?
Yeah, don't want that on me.
Say it, I'll bleep it out. Oh, was it? Yeah.
But I didn't enjoy that. But I got an opportunity to go work on Introducing with Rob. Yeah. Who of course does it, and then he was great. Like a proper like got me in there the rest of Radio Stoke.
Yeah.
You go in on a Saturday night. Like you've been there. Like it's just me and Rob. Mm-hmm. I think everyone expects me to be like the security guards at the door.
Yeah.
And it is just it's just two mates doing their own thing.
At the door, I have to wait 5 minutes.
That's me thinking, shit, I've got all this to do.
Yeah.
I need to still get the door. But yeah, it's like it's good. It's just it's very sort of, I guess, just a small team. Mm-hmm. It's nice, mate. There's not any pressure on it. There's not any.
The one thing I like about BBC Radio Stoke compared to like a lot of artists that I speak to outside the city, of how easy it is to be dialed up to you guys. Like a lot, because it's so easy now to like form a band in Stoke, and to be like, right, the geese that you need to, like the gatekeepers, you're quite close to us, you and Rob.
Yeah.
I think in other places it's a lot harder to get there. There's having a really good chat with my mate Martin Goody from High Vis Jack of Theory. Shout out.
He's a good man.
And he was saying, because he's from Rochdale, he was saying it's a lot better to go outside of Stoke now with that in mind. So you're like, yeah, I'm dialed up in Stoke, so I know the right guys, I know the geezers who you need to speak to.
That's cool.
So he says like because we're such a small city. Yeah. But the cool thing is, everyone kind of knows each other, and it works in favour of everybody. Mate,
I've had a great time like doing it, because I think I was saying I started on Introducing when I was 17, and I did 2 years working on that, and then like working behind the scenes at Radio Stoke, and then I got my own show to do in the week, and then the Saturday night, like you said. But mate, I had like the best time sort of growing and learning, but meeting people, man, because when I first started on Introducing, like I worked at Six Towns, which was a really good sort of community station. Yeah. And I don't think I knew. I knew about maybe 4 local artists at the time. Yeah. And I started.
But you wanted to do you wanted to be a radio DJ though.
Well, I wanted to be a presenter, but I don't know if they still do it now. But on Six Towns, they used to do this show called Radicals Rising. Lee Barber runs the Underground.
Yeah, I remember that.
He presented that. And then he came back and made another one. I think it was called Garage Greenhouse. I can't remember, but Barb's really like got me into local music.
Yeah.
And he'd reel off all these names. I've got a fucking clue who he's on about.
Yeah,
but like it sounds cool, like what I'm listening to. So when there was an opportunity to go work at Radio Stoke, I thought, well, one, that's in it at the Beeb, and then two, that's also doing some local music, which I think like just looks like the most fucking fun.
You're building up your encyclopedic knowledge of what's around here as well.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that I noticed when I was doing the podcast. Like a lot of people were messaging in, whether it was coming from bands or artists themselves, or it was other people recommending me, like, oh, you should get these guys in, you know.
Yeah.
And now I do feel like I can go into the city and like I'll know somebody if I go to any gig, you know, and it's like that's really good to have that as, you know, that community thing.
I love going into town and bumping into someone. Mate, it's so like the moment I just like there from a distance. But like I fucking love like bumping into someone from the local music scene, just like chatting for a second. Even like I can't remember the last person I saw. I think it was Kieran Matthews, used to be in Faraday.
Yeah.
Such a nice bloke.
Yeah.
And we're just chatting outside the bingo hall for 10 minutes, just having a nice little catch up. It's class.
Do you go a lot of local gigs then, like?
Well, not anymore.
No, why not?
But, I mean,
obviously because of the.
But I try to. I don't think I'd ever go as many as I'd like, because I don't want to be there going like every week. And I know some people that are local here and that do my job in Leeds, for example. There's a girl called Emily who does a job in Leeds, and she's
always out.
Mate, she's on every single one. And partly because I work evenings, like most times, it makes it really difficult. But I try to.
Prime times as well. You know, you're talking Saturdays, and what other nights a week do you work?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
9 times out of 10, I'll have to try and I try and get to a gig. But you've got if my only night free is a Friday night, mate. It's a ball. Like, I'm not complaining, but
to be fair, that disciplined me because I'm such an easily influenced person.
Yeah.
So if I go out to a gig, I'm getting fucked up all night. You know what I mean? I'm ending up at work.
I took one of my mates who I think at this point he just got in with the BBC at Radio Stoke. He's from Derby.
Yeah.
And I kind of like put him under my wing and started taking on a few nights out, because he moved into Hanley, mate. He lived opposite. Oh, what's the pub? I can't remember what pub it was. It's one of the pubs in Hanley.
Okay.
The many of in the street, and he did, and he's like, I just want to like have a good night. So there was a band there. I think they're still making. They've not released anything in ages. Do you know Sarkaline?
No.
Band called Sarkaline. Well, they're decent.
What kind of music is that?
Proper like indie, like Catfish in the Bottom Man kind of indie. It's good. And they put a gig on. And he was like, right, I'm up for it, but I don't know any of the music, so I want to get fucked.
Yeah.
So I can do that. So we had probably one of the best like pre-drinking sessions I've ever had.
With that band?
Went to that gig. Went to the gig.
Yeah.
Fucked off my face. Man.
Yeah.
And then I spoke to them afterwards, and I was like trying to manage them. I thought these lads are doing a great job.
Yeah.
They do not need me telling them what to do. But I was just so pissed, and normally I'm quite aware of myself.
Oh, you were like, yeah, I'll manage him.
No,
mate,
but
yeah.
I was just like, you need to end on this song. You need to be.
God.
I was like, they do not need to hear.
I could be like that, mate.
Behind a radio mic.
I had one embarrassing moment in Pilgrim's Pit. I think it was a few weeks before the first lockdown came into place, right? And there was a Japanese band that was playing. I can't remember the name of the band, right?
Was it from Independent Venue Week? Was it that one?
No, because we played that. I played there at Pilgrim's Pit. It was a bit of time before that, and there was a Japanese band playing that night, right? And they'd been touring the UK, and I think it was like the first time. Yeah. And obviously, them being Japanese, I thought I'll chuck that fact that I used to work with Hate, right? Because I was a session musician for Hate.
Yes.
This was a few years back, and I thought, I'm best mates with Hate. Like I can ring him right now, and you can have a word with him. And they were like, "What? You know Hate?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." And I was like showing them pictures, and they were like, "Whoa!" like that. And I was like, "Yeah, I'll get my boy on the phone, just hold on, yeah." Next day I woke up, 16 missed calls from fucking Rhys Oakes. He must have woke up and gone, who the fuck, what the hell are you doing, man? And I messaged Aaron, and I was like, Aaron, I think I fucked up, because like I was messaging Hot all last night, and I'm really sorry that I didn't mean to be that guy. Yeah, I know, man. So lesson learned, really. But I think the only way that I can control myself is just not drink at all.
Yeah.
So I've already known, right? I've called it the fear. Do you when you wake up the next day and you go, I know I fucking done something last night, I know I said something, but I don't know why it is, but I know I'll fucking remember it at some point today and go, oh, cringe. I've just focused more on getting over that. You got to just accept it, you know what I mean?
Well, I had one, so there was, I'm sure I'm going to say, I had a real big crush on a friend of mine from school.
Okay.
And this is like last year, right? Yeah. And I went out with Rob. I had a car, went out in Northampton. And it's that stage I was like just texting her a lot, trying to impress her, and
Yeah, I'm out to go and chill with Annie Mac in a bit if you want to come round.
I was saying that I was watching. I was watching Anderson .Paak the next day. She was like, I watched him when I went to Bruno Mars, and I was like, yeah, he needs to like check his back catalog.
Yeah, amazing.
But I said I've got like a mad day tomorrow, so I don't want to be too I hope I'm not too hungover. And she was like, oh yeah, me too. And I just said, what have you got on? As in like what have you got on tomorrow?
Yeah.
But she didn't reply.
Okay.
The next day, I'm checking my phone, and I just see a text saying, "What have you got on?" I shat myself. I thought,
"Oh, yeah,
mate." And I thought, so I was like texting
out of context,
texting her best mate, being like, "Oh God, can you just like sort us out?" But it was obviously saying like, "Watch your day like tomorrow." And she basically just went to bed and then just didn't end up replying.
But it was you, the paranoia,
the fear, mate. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get done for like...
That's what I'm saying, mate. You dig yourself whole.
Oh, horrible.
So you've got to just get over the fear. The next day you wake up, you've got to go, do you know what? Whatever happened last night, I have to accept it, and it is what it is, you know?
That's like sort of self-acceptance, I think. You've reached a good place there.
I think so, yeah.
Man, I'd be happy with that.
And there comes a point where there's that much shit that comes out about you, just like, you know what?
I've said it.
There you go.
It's coming.
It's me. It's your boy. You know. But, you mentioned Rob Adcock. He must be like such like a significant mentor for you, being massive. You know, because like you kind of took on his role now, aren't you?
Well, yeah,
with BBC introducing him.
Yeah, well, I've been so Rob. I knew like Rob was. So I knew like some of the big names from Radio Stoke, like Stuart George and people like that, and your John Akers. But like, I mean, Rob at the time wasn't like, you know, he just did introducing it. Like, unless you're in the local music scene, chances are you're not going to go Rob. But I knew who Rob was, so when I got to work with him, I was shitting myself a lot. And like, I think like if you are a fan of the local music scene, you know, Rob's done it for what 10 years, I think.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
You're like getting like a bit nervous about meeting him. Like he's like a big name in that scene. Yeah. So I was shitting myself, mate. But like he's such a nice, down to earth guy.
Oh, yeah, Jay.
And he gets more excited than anyone I know when an artist releases a class song or a song goes down well. Yeah. So I think I took that inspiration from him. He's been great, like, because I'm a big brother, and so like I don't have like that older role model. So I kind of like, as lame as
I'm Big Brother as well.
Yeah, it's nice.
Do you ever think about that, like the role that you play as a Big Brother as well?
Mate.
I always do with my little bro. Like, you know, I'm always like, I've got to bloody set an example.
And
like,
I see him doing shit that I did. Yeah. That wasn't even like a problem. But I'm like, so like when he went to his first ever like house party and stuff. I was like, you've got to be careful. Like, don't do this. He's like, what the fuck? Like,
why are you being a bitch? Why are you being the bitch like now?
But then I was like, if someone said to me, I'd be like, fuck off.
See, mine's the opposite, right? Because my little brother is just like, I can tell he's such a good lad, and he's like sort of, he's just into computers, and that's his life. He's just like, I don't care about drinking, drugs, whatever.
To be fair,
don't want
my brother is as well. But I was because I was like, he's gonna get manipulated into this.
See, I want that to happen to my brother. I do. I'm like, go on, son, like have a bit of this. Do you know what I mean?
Get in there, yeah. It's thing is, it's a nice role to have, but also like I think he's going uni this year, and so like I feel like I want to like proper like protect. I've never been. I didn't go to uni. So
really?
No, I never went.
Right, okay.
So I don't know what the fuck uni lifestyle is like.
You went college though, didn't you?
I did 1 year.
What did you do? Journalism or something like that?
No, I was at sixth form.
Right.
So I did like I did Spanish.
Yeah.
I did sociology, and I did philosophy and ethics.
Okay.
And I just it was like a waste of time. Waste of time. And then I got work experience at the commercial station, and then that's kind of how everything else. I got a job.
So was this not something that you wanted to do since you were little? Being behind.
I wanted to do it since I was about 10. So I always wanted to just like entertain people. So like I just liked putting a smile on people's face, whether I was making them laugh or just like saying something nice. I loved that, and that's quite an addictive feeling. Okay. So selfishly, I
stand-up comedian style.
I'm that funny.
That's do you know what, mate? Right, gig. Honestly, if I fail at music, which could happen, right?
I doubt it.
It could happen, but if I do, and I'm like sort of, because I always worry about peaking, like sort of with musicians, you know, it's like it's good to be young and fresh and sort of, you know, like your age, 22, 23. I'm at 26 now, and I'm thinking like this is the peak. So really, in my head, even though it's wrong to say,
I think
because you wouldn't want to tell 30-year-olds, give up now, you know, just because I've said.
I see what you mean. Like,
that I'm saying that to myself.
People that I like, just to quickly, like people in radio, probably won't get their dream job. There's a guy called Jordan North. I think he's nearly 30. I mean, I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. I think he's like nearly 30. Yeah. And he's just got into the world of Radio 1.
Okay.
I'm like, fuck, I'm there thinking I'm 22 and I'm already behind. Like, it's just, doesn't, I don't think it works. That's my opinion.
It is stupid. If somebody else was saying it, I'd say, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But I think the same way you're thinking, it's so just, I get it.
We're hard on ourselves, you know, and that sort of, but I think that's also a good thing. But yeah, if I'm like sort of 35, 40, I'm going to do stand-up comedy. I'm going to try it, man, honestly.
Good man.
Because I'm absolutely obsessed, and this is something I want to talk about to you with as well, because I know you've been travelling, and I know I've done a little deep dive onto your Instagram.
You did a little stalk.
I did a little stalk.
Double tap.
Yeah. And I saw a couple of pictures of you in the US. Right? It's been my dream since like freaking 9 years old. I want to go to the US, and originally it was just to do the old, you know, the typical Route 66 thing. But these past few years, I've gotten real obsessed with American stand-up and comedy clubs and things like that.
Yeah, man.
And that's come through the Joe Rogan podcast. So I've been following his circuit of comedians that, you know, he usually has on the show. And I've just gotten absolutely obsessed with American comedy. And one of the first things I want to do if I go to America is go to like LA and just go around and watch all the comedy clubs, you know what I mean?
I'd love to do that. I didn't even thought of that.
But how did that turn up? Was that just like a holiday, or was that like some sort of...
No, yeah, it was like...
Was it a businessy kind of thing? Like, you know, yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
I just saved up a lot of money.
Yeah,
it was,
man.
It's so expensive. But I thought, went for my 21st, and I just thought... You know,
America,
do something big.
Yeah,
I'm not. I was thinking, you know, what to do, and I'm not a massive like birthdays. Like I'm not that bothered about them. Like if I don't do anything,
I don't care about birthdays.
I ain't gonna like lose any sleep over it, you know. But I thought there was talk about going on holiday, and I thought, oh yeah, okay, mate, it's great. So New York's like my favourite city. I know it's a proper like materialistic kind of thing.
Yeah, but I like that. I'm a material guy, to be fair.
Brooklyn, like the history in Brooklyn, I don't even know half of it, but like I've been reading up on it, especially during lockdown when we've been able to do anything else. I think Brooklyn's such a sick city. Yeah. And like it got me into basketball. I follow the team they have now.
Oh shit,
mate, honestly,
man.
So like one obsession with one city. So I went last year and I was like, you can fall in love with the city, I think. Yeah. I genuinely did.
I just like things big, you know, and like America's just like
skyscrapers and everything.
I like American culture though as well. I like the way the people are, you know what I mean? Like, and they're just so friendly, aren't they? Yeah. You know, whereas we're kind of miserable. Like, if somebody says "Have a nice day" to you, like, "How's my day got to do with you?" Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but Americans like, "Have a nice day." Like,
it's
they
like
really
if you don't
genuinely
say that it's being rude. In America, mate. Honestly, it's like, and I thought New York was kind of like up himself. If you live in New York, you kind of probably should have a bit of a stick up your ass. But like,
well, nowadays, because I know a few people that live there, and like the rent and shit. It's
mate, it's
you got to be a millionaire.
But
you know
everyone
I
met, it was dead sound, dead friendly. Like on like nights out and stuff. Like they'd be up for like having a chat with you and stuff. And having an English accent definitely helps.
It does. They love the English. Yeah. But what's ironic is every time you got like an American program, the enemy's always British. Have you ever noticed that? Right. And with us, it's always Russian or German. Like, but for some reason, the Americans always use that because they think that our accent's a little bit cynical.
It's a great show.
It is. No, it is. Honestly, like watch any American sort of show. Yeah, the bad guy's always the freaking British guy.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They're always like proper, like well-spoken, like Londoner. Like, they're not like. I'd love it if like some Yorkshire bloke was like
or a Stoke, somebody a Stokey going there. Do you know what I mean?
That'd be sick.
I've always wondered if I moved over there, and like because I am very easily influenced, and I notice the people I hang around with, I start picking up on their catchphrases quite quickly. And if you went to America, what would the Stoke/American accent sound like? Do you know what I mean?
My God,
because the two opposites. Because Stoke's monotonous. You know what I mean? It's like duck. You know what I mean? Where America's a lot more musical. Like hey,
they go up and down and all sorts. Hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, I think about it all the time, bro.
But I love it.
Haunts
it's like
me.
a deep dive into your head.
I
hadn't even thought of it. A Stoke, what's like a Stoke Texan accent?
A Stoke I
wonder what that'd be like.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one. That'd be horrible. Alright, Doug. Gonna burn me some petrol and oatcakes.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure that if you wanted to still have a career in music, I'm not sure trying to merge your accent with a Texan accent would do.
But it has been my dream to go and live there. Like, I think that would be in New York, especially, man. Like, just
I know it's such like an obvious place to say, and I know it's like it is ridiculously expensive. But like, if you go, you'll get it. Like,
they're all moving to Texas now, aren't they? Have you noticed?
No.
A lot of the LA lot,
right?
You know, like the Hollywood stars and a lot of comedians, especially. Again, it's Joe Rogan influence. They're moving to Texas because of the state of California at the minute. Apparently, it's a bit shit. Like taxes up and obviously lockdown measures and everything. Yeah, everyone's just like, what is the point of being here? Oh, right. And homelessness is increasing. There's a lot of political things going on, and I'm just going. go to fucking Texas, man, and the Texans have been like, yeah, welcome, yeah. So you might see a bit of a rise economically, and in that state.
Might happen.
Yeah.
Who knows? We all might commute over there.
I was quite surprised though, because I always thought, oh my god, you're going to get a lot of Californians, a lot of liberal, liberal people moving to Texas, which is obviously it's a more Republican state. You'd think that that's going to be a bit of friction there, you know, but actually the data that I've read and sort of the things is apparently Texas is actually quite a liberal city, which surprised me. Because you always got that stereotypical redneck culture, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right, but
that's interesting.
Yeah. But it's been smashed since all these comedians in LA lot have gone over there and stuff like that. So
I had no idea about that. Yeah.
It's interesting things going on, man. At this time, I think this pandemic has affected us. Yeah. It's affected everyone.
Mindset wise. So different.
Yeah.
So different. So for me, when we were first in lockdown and we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I was like really chilled. When everyone around me, I felt like everyone was like shit, like panicking.
Yeah.
I was so I was going to work still, which helped.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I was cruising a little bit.
Okay.
Since we've opened up again, I felt a little bit more, and this isn't because of like, everything going on around us. But this is more like what I'm doing next. We spoke about ages and sort of shitting ourselves about like, oh shit, I'm 26 or 22, I need to be doing this and this. I was like, during the lockdown, I was like, I could just do a radio show and kind of cruise a little bit.
Yeah.
And then now we can live a little bit more for the time being.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when this is going out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But like, we can live a little bit.
You'd be cancelled because you're like, hey, he wasn't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? In the secret studio.
Right, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it's so strange because like I've now started to like shit myself a little bit, like, oh, where am I, what am I doing, like I'm getting like a real weird sense of like where I am, which I don't think I've ever had before. I think it's so, but I think other people's like, I know some people that were during like the proper lockdown stages of it, like I'm like proud of them for how they've come out of it, because like I've seen
because they weren't doing so well,
mate. I've seen some people like be on their wits end, and it's like not a nice thing to see, friends or strangers or anything. Like, I think it's grim.
Yeah,
it's grim what's happening to people.
I mean, with me, it was. I feel bad saying it, but it was like a really positive thing for me. Like this year's actually been quite a good year for me.
Is this how FAR came out? Is that how...
It's literally, this is a product of it. This was like the pandemic was a catalyst for it all, because
that's crazy.
I had a lot of time to think. Obviously,
yeah,
and although I was working at Tesco, but I wasn't going out. I was just like, I was one of them people that for 4 weeks I didn't even go for a walk, mate. I was like so determined. And also was doing, mate, I had my sleeping bag down here,
right,
and I just used to literally eat, sleep, and drink the podcast, but the previous podcast that was on the old channel, that was eventually going to be this, and I thought, no, this is what I want to be doing now. I want to be YouTubing and doing something a little bit, venturing outside the music thing, not taking that side so fucking, it's because it was so streamlined. If you think about music nowadays, but I think this is a good thing about the pandemic, because we're facing this adversity now, every single artist out there is going to have to come up with a new way of presenting themselves and promoting themselves and music wise. And I was thinking, like, I've just started getting into beat writing and stuff, but I'm also thinking, who the fuck is buying beats now? Who the fuck is buying art and music now in these times, Even though it's so damn important that you should, because even on an economic level, art is really important, because things, aesthetic as fucking, you pay for that shit. Like, you go to France because it looks so nice, what I mean? Man. Like, that's one of the reasons, So, and I think that's why I understand why a lot of people are pissed off with the government at the minute, because they're not prioritising the art side, are they?
I've seen like what the Sugar Mill are saying, and like what the
Lee Barber, today.
I like, it would break my heart if they didn't get out of this. So I would hope that there'll be some support from. I know there's like loads of conversations going on, but what I was like, when I see people like on Facebook, and my Facebook is full of local artists. Yeah, like, I would say majority, like more people from school now, I'd probably say. But like, I don't think we see enough of people saying like, what about the Sugar Mill? What about the underground, mate? Because we need them. Like, and I don't just mean like the local music scene. I think Stoke needs it. Like, I think if those two places are thriving, you've got the catalyst for like a great city centre with the cultural core as well, with that Bottlecraft and all.
I am so damn proud of that cultural core too.
And I still that's getting started. Like, people. So I go to like. Again, pre-COVID, I go to like these like BBC events, And
your secret handshakes and all that.
And like passing things around. Yeah. No, but like I just talked to him about Stoke, and they're like, what's in Stoke though? And I'd like take offence. And that sounds so cliche, but I'd be like, honestly, you don't knock it till you try it. Yeah. Like, we can chat shit about it, but you go there. There's some sick places.
I've heard of things like this, like where they sort of like when Aaron got in touch with us, like my manager with the 10 o'clock chemical thing. I remember he was passing around the R shit around in London, and they were laughing. They were like, "What? That's from Stoke," and we got laughed at. And it's like, "Whoa, Stoke has got such a bad rep."
See, everyone thinks it's
for music.
Like everything's a shithole, or no one knows where Stoke is. I think it's nuts. There was a Premier League team for 10 years.
Oh, damn right, yeah.
Football's a massive industry. How the fuck do you not know where Stoke is? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are other people out there that like actually have quite nice things to say about it, but I've not met anyone that does, and I think that's so shit, because we were just saying as we were pulling up, like just how cool like Newcastle is, like the Staffordshire area, mate. And I think like if there was a bit more, I'd love to like if radio doesn't go the way where I wanted to or whatever, I'd love to just like what Stoke-on-Trent bid are doing, like Newcastle bid. I'd fucking love to get involved with that, and like just like show off.
My only problem with that was the City of Culture thing that you were on about. I was uncomfortable during that campaign because I was seeing that there was so much going on in the Stoke music scene, but I don't think it was accurately represented in the actual bid itself. But it was like I remember seeing a clip of some students, and they went to like some freaking club in Anley, and I was like, "What are you going to a club in Anley for? Come to an actual music venue and speak to bands and artists and promoters and managers and you know what I mean, people like yourself."
When I said earlier, like,
but they just used the Robbie Williams thing, and I was like, it's such a gimmick, and it's such a boring gimmick. That's like it's
overused.
It's overused now. You know,
I like I said before, and I'm not proud of it, but it's just I'm sure how it is for everyone else. That when I first started introducing, I probably thought that the local music scene was indie bands and singer-songwriters.
Well, it still kind of is.
Because
it's northern.
And it's an easy genre to get involved with, and but that's how people like stem out and find their own thing. But like you delve deeper now, mate. I think we've covered most genres, at least with one band. I think what's coming out of here is so fucking cool.
I'm really interested in the underground hip hop scene in here at the minute, right? Which obviously I'm starting to get in touch with, because it's a genre that I've never really dabbled with until the coronavirus. Interesting enough, all of a sudden I just got a taste for it. You know what I mean? I was like, got a taste for that nasty trap fucking kicks and snares. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, I could fucking do that. I can cover that. But yeah, like I'll shout out Ran Records. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I have.
But there's like I love them boys, right? And it's two of them that run it. And Mont, and a guy called Curtis Charles. Yeah. And I loved them from the minute I met them, and we met them on the podcast, on the old podcast. Come Down With Me it was. And the mentality, man, the mentality, and for someone to be around here to have that kind of mentality and that like no bullshit, like come on, like we can fucking make it if we want to, you know what I mean? It's like that attracts me more than anything. I mean, the music kind of comes second sometimes. Like, I could speak to someone in a pub and they're giving me such like motivational prep talk, and I'm just like, brother, I'm sold, yeah. And even if the music's shit, I'd be like, well, we'll work on that later, exactly. But you've got your attitude right, you know what I mean?
Not 90% of it, but that's a big chunk.
And I think the problem has been like a self-confidence problem, isn't it? So like even Stokers have got an attitude towards themselves, like, oh well, fucking nothing happens here. Do you know what I mean? Like nothing. Fucking.
Mate, we'll say like we're banned from Manchester because they've moved to Manchester. I'm like, no, you're from.
Yeah, you're still from Stoke, bro. Come
on, like that's cooler to me.
That's it though. It's just because I think as soon as that one fucking artist is exported from Stoke, and that'll be it then. Like that's where we can progress. I feel like we're waiting for that one momentous artist to like sort of rise above the freaking.
We've had some I fucking love Adam French. It's TCTS as well.
Adam French, yeah. Rob likes him. Rob's a big fan of him.
Adam French is quality.
But I know you lot like Do right and let the rest follow. Cassia, mate. Yeah. I saw them at a BBC Stoke event and I was like, that's Rob, that is. Dialing up, you know what I mean? Like,
but then again, like, I mean, and they're an indie band, so like, I'm trying to think of some great examples. I mean, yourself, like, I'm not trying. I don't need to just because it's your podcast. But I think what you guys were doing with 10 O'Clock Chemical, what you're doing now. We've got Mark as well as Macchius. Like,
mate, BBC Radio 1. He's not a virgin anymore. Yeah.
Mate, honestly, like, it's so cool, and I'm like, I feel like I'm because it's the lights. Like, I want to like list off every single fucker that I've played in the past. Like, do you know someone I've been big on? Darla Jade. Have you heard Darla Jade?
Fucking love Darla Jade bits, mate.
Fucking,
yeah.
Like, I'm
gonna aim high now because I've had you on the podcast. Yeah. You give me a little bit of a what's the word, like substance for the podcast. So I'm gonna message Darla and be like, come on my show, please. Let's talk.
Honestly,
like,
get on. Because she's
so
like her. What she's like. She was. I think it was last year or the year before. She flew out to. I want to say Thailand. She'll tell you this.
Yeah, it was in Thailand. She was recording over there.
Mate, I mean, from what she told me from that experience and everything, I'll save it for when she's on. Yeah. But like, so fucking cool. Yeah. Like, but then you know, you don't have to go to Thailand to. That's just a cool story. But there's those people round here.
I've been
like,
Thailand.
Have you been to Thailand?
I've been to Thailand.
I've not been to Thailand.
I've been to Thailand, mate. It's one of the best places I've ever been.
My best mate went there on holiday with his missus. Funny enough, split up whilst they were in Thailand as well.
Well, yeah, that happens.
He was like, I'm here now. I'm going to fucking enjoy myself. And he had a great fucking time. My
uncle owns, I think it's like 2 bars over there now.
Really?
But like, yeah, mate, a fucking great story my uncle's got. So he's like been travelling the world for ages, just for a holiday sake, you know what I mean? He's like, he's a traveller. And he's just ended up in Thailand and he's just been like, do you know what? I could set myself a life up here. Yeah. And last year, interestingly enough, he offered me a bloody job over there, managing a bar.
Were you tempted?
Turned it down, didn't I?
Yeah, of course.
I had a week to think about it, but I was at the time, I was still like, I'm so committed, and at the time it was to 10 O'Clock Chemical. I was like, no, I believe in this project. I'm going to do this, you know. And another reason was, it's an old man's game being over there, in my opinion, you know, because like it is a bit dodgy. We were in Bad Boy Central. We were in like Pattaya. Right. You know,
I don't know Thailand at all, mate.
It's just It's just like bar girls everywhere. Like, but you know what I mean? Go bars they call them.
Right.
He was telling me a story about the police walked down the strip, and a Thai bar strip, like not long ago, and they just picked one club and said, "This is illegal. Like, we're fucking kicking you out." Like,
whoa.
And it turned out, obviously, they were the ones that weren't paying the police enough. Like, do you know what I mean? That's how it works, because they walked past all the other bars that were doing exactly the same thing. Almost. Yeah.
Shit,
basically.
okay.
Yeah,
mate. That's so.
I mean, now you think about that.
You should get your uncle on the podcast,
mate. I don't think he's ever coming back to this country. Like, he's having such a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, get Zoom. You can get like 40-minute trials and stuff.
But also, I think they've had a weird time with the coronavirus thing as well. Like, you know. But they're having a problem with people actually emigrating into there now and actually coming into the country. So like Thailand's in complete lockdown. Right. But so is everywhere, man. Like, where can you go right now?
Well, I mean, people were saying to me, like, you're gonna go on holiday. I was like, no. Yeah. That was when everyone was opening the doors up and saying, oh, come here for 2 weeks. I was like, I still ain't doing it. Yeah. Just not doing it. Just because, like, if you get stuck over there, then you've got to come. Like, I've heard so many horror stories, mate.
This is getting to me though now, because like that was the last holiday that I actually had. This was like 4 or 5 years ago as well.
Fuck, really?
Yeah. I haven't left the country since. Because I'm always like, sort of like, no, and any money I get, if I fucking, you know, it makes a bit of dough,
you put it on this.
I put it on this, or I invest in something else, like, you know. But yeah, I'm now more than ever, it's because we're so restricted during this lockdown. I'm just like, no, I really fucking need a holiday. You know what I mean? I'll be prepared to do freaking 2 weeks of nights, like, just to fuck off and go do something. You know what I mean? Switzerland comes to mind, because Mark Crawford, shout out Marcus,
he's good, man.
Always. His mum lives in Switzerland, and she says, like, I know Switzerland's quite expensive, but we can actually stay at her house, like,
oh, cool.
Because she's got like a typical hut in the freaking like hills, like, do you know what I mean?
I would like to go somewhere like Switzerland. There's like, mate, there's so many countries that, like, I'd love to try out. Now I'm, you know, a bit older and stuff, I can go, you know, I go alone, mate. The amount of holidays I've been tempted just to fuck off by myself. Yeah, I would. I think you should now, and this is what I've learned during this lockdown, because of the restrictions. I've been like, do you know what? You need to be free, man. You need to experience life things, and it's not all about work and, you know, get your head down, of course. Yeah. But sometimes I'm like, mate, I don't give myself enough breaks, you know. I don't think you do.
No, I don't. At all. As soon as one thing's done, I'm like, what's the next project? You know what I mean? I've got to have that, you know,
got to be done.
Ticky thing. Going. Yeah, for sure.
But last year. So when I went to New York, I went with a bunch of lads from work. Yeah. And I I had a great time, but because it was with lads from work, I really struggled to switch off from work, so I came back not really feeling refreshed.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah,
which was shit. So
yeah.
I kind of, I didn't feel like I had a great time.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'll remember that week for the rest of my life.
What was that in US?
In New York.
You went for a week,
mate. Honestly,
what?
I told you, mate.
Bruv.
I told you, expensive.
Yeah.
I felt it afterwards.
1 week though.
Oh, mate. Honestly.
Man, 2 at least. You know what I mean?
Well, oh right, you're on about like.
I'm on about length, bro. Like,
oh yeah, it was too short.
Yeah.
But it's fucking expensive.
Yeah.
First night out, we went out on 4th of July. What's it called? Independence Day.
Oh, Independence Day. Yeah. Party.
What are you thinking? You think it's gonna be like a great night out?
Yeah, for sure.
No. It was so
Really conservative, like.
because they've all gone like. So New York's kind of like, I guess, like a hub, I suppose, where people like you said, like they emigrate into New York to work from there, but they don't have family in New York.
Okay.
So for
Everyone's
holiday,
going out.
Everyone's going back home.
Right.
So New York was like a ghost town, mate. I was New York, so it ain't gonna be a ghost town's just like a busy night in Stoke. But like it was, we thought it was like we were expecting.
You think
like,
with it being?
fireworks
I was going to say with it being so metropolitan.
we just went on a rooftop bar and
Yeah.
because we're trying to impress people, so we had making friends with these guys, right? and they must have thought suckers.
Yeah.
So like these British lads are like trying to like impress us.
Yeah.
So mate. So one of my mates, he checks his bank and that he was clutch at straws coming to New York. Like it was a big sort of
a bit
big
tight,
dent
tight.
in the old wallet.
Yeah.
He looked back at his bank. He spent $200.
Yeah.
In the bar alone.
Yeah.
And we were like, how the fuck have you done that? Like, because there's 4 of us, like, we're all getting rounds in. Like, how have you done that? But, like, you just got carried away in we tried, basically, I think because the night, we expected so much of the night because it's Independence Day.
You were just like, phew,
yeah,
money.
and it was so kind of...
But you tip a lot though, don't you?
Oh, my God. Do you tip?
Yeah, you have to, don't you?
Jesus, you tip. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fair play, because I think, like, that industry... I watched your podcast last time with Jim.
Yeah.
And you were talking about like you've like worked for in like a restaurant or bar.
Oh yeah.
And when you, like I've not done it, but like I imagine, but I never would either because I think like, and I've got friends that work as a waiter and stuff.
Awful. Yeah.
I just like I've got so I actually will like if I don't care where we are, like I will tip big because like in Stoke or anywhere because like
I do that.
I feel so
fucking
fucking sorry because I know people that have worked behind the scenes at some places and they have said to me like it's destroying my physical health because it's like you're on your feet and my mental health. Like you get talked to like shit from the managers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's everywhere.
No,
like,
it's not. But it says it's typical. You know what I mean? It's like it's more. It's like I've seen it too much, man. But yeah, I'm a tipper. So I think if I go to a country like that, it wouldn't actually be a problem because I tip quite high here anyway. Like I tip taxi drivers. I always round it up.
Mate, same.
Was that 12 quid, 15 quid, brother?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like
keep the change.
Yeah. But it's also in some hope that the karma will get back to me some point as well. Like which it didn't. That. You know, I nearly got stabbed a couple of weeks ago.
No,
bro. Right, I need to talk about it because I haven't talked about it on the podcast yet. Right, but yeah, some madman chased me in Hartshill. Try to stab me. Yeah. Well, listen to this, right? The amount of tips I've given taxi drivers over the year, I would have thought this taxi driver's going to help me out in this situation, right?
Right.
So as it happened, long story short, madman, nothing to do with what I did. It was just random geezer on the street. Yeah, fucking got a knife out.
Your orange beanie on, so it was like
my orange beanie. I had a t-shirt that said "I like cats" on. I was the least threatening person that you'd ever see in your life, right? I had my podcast stuff on as well. I had like some tripods in my bag and cameras and stuff. And I saw like 3 taxi cars like parked up in Hartshill. And I'm thinking, oh, this is strange. And I can hear shouting and stuff. Next minute, I just hear them all go, fucking go. Tyres screeching. Fucking 3 of these taxi drivers go off. I'm walking down like, blah, blah. I've just been Martin Gunning's house. I've had 1 pint, you know what I mean? So luckily, I've only had 1 drink. I'm actually completely sober, pretty much. And I'm just seeing this. I just see the geezer like running up to me. And I'm thinking, I'm either going to have to face up to this fucker or I'm going run or whatever. I carried on walking towards him and he's going, come on then. I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. Walking closer. As soon as we get to like this distance, he pulls out his fucking machete, mate, right? And he lunges at me. So I just like straight away turn around, start legging it. I swear he chucked the knife at me because I heard something by my feet go clang like that.
You're not looking behind.
And I'm not looking behind, mate. I'm just running as fast as I can. And there's this taxi car, and I'm thinking, oh, he was involved, and he sort of drives right to the side of me. You looking panicked, mate? You okay?
I know you make it.
I had the trauma, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Out,
yeah,
but I'm like, yeah.
No, it's seriously like I've had a bit of trauma like after. It was about 4 weeks after this happened. But at the time, I was laughing my head off, like, because it's a thrill, and you get in, you're like, I'm alive. But there was this taxi car, and it was driving by the side of me, and I was thinking, oh, this guy's gonna follow me. He pulled into the street as if to say, like, open the door, mate, get in, come on, like, don't get chased around by this fool. Like, the taxi driver rolled his window down, looked at me, stopped me from crossing the street, and goes, mad shit, bro. Reversed his car and fucked back off, and I thought, you motherfucker, you've just, like, stopped my momentum.
Yeah.
I've got this geezer grunting behind me, like, do you know what I mean? Carried on running. I got to Trent Vale Hospital, looked behind me. He's gone. That's when I noticed it wasn't the knife he chucked at me. My phone fell out my pocket.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake.
Mate.
I can either go home, make sure I'm safe, you know, I'm thinking, too much dodgy shit on my phone, bro. I'm going to have to go back and get the fucking phone, like, do you know what I mean? I got my phone, mate, yeah. I walked back on the road, and I was looking everywhere for it. And exactly the spot that the phone was in was the corner that I must have turned around that fast. It was literally where he tried to stab me. And then I heard the police, and I heard, like, instructional shouting, like, get down on the ground, all that shit, like. Reported the next day, and he's banged up and everything like that. So
hey, good.
It's sorted.
Well, not good,
you know,
but glad there was some sort of justice.
Unique experience. But do you know what I got from it, right? Martin Gunn said this to me. He says, do you know what, Reese, right? At least you can call yourself like an urban artist now. Do you know what I mean? Like you've lived through it. Like you've got some street stories there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I nearly got stabbed, bro. You know what I mean? Like now I've got things to rap about.
But wearing an I Love Cats t-shirt.
Yeah,
though, but
you know.
still,
Yeah. Maybe he was a dog person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Line, no, yeah. Mate, that's scary, man. I've not met anything like that. Touch.
You think though, like it is pretty safe in Stoke and Newcastle, but. When it actually happens to you, that's when you start thinking, fuck. And the first thing I thought of was obviously like if my dad was in that situation, or some of my family, I run, like I do half an hour every 2 days or whatever.
Right, yeah.
So that's easy peasy for me, you know, that's running from a knife, like, you know.
Yeah.
But if it was someone else, you think, fuck, man, what would have happened?
Nice,
you know.
Like you don't want to wish it on anyone, but like you wish it on yourself more than any, like.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I'm like sort of grateful that it was to me. You know.
That's frightening.
Yeah, it's weird, man, because it's my home turf, you know.
Yeah.
And I walked through Shelton and Stoke, which you'd think if I was going to get some trouble, it'd probably be, you know, the grittier towns, like, you know.
Yeah.
Hearts Hill's like.
Anywhere, mate. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, well, that's it.
I just don't know. Like, I guess you wouldn't expect Hearts Hill. It's quite a lovely little area, so you're not expecting. You're not expecting that. That is scary. You're going to be think twice. I get my hair cut in Hearts Hill.
Yeah.
Make me think twice.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. It's not a regular occurrence, is it? You know, it's just that is a one-off, and I would defend that. You know, I'd be like, look, not many people actually experience things like that, but I did, and it did happen. And he's well known apparently to the police, so it's just one of them nutters.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
Mate, I was literally like, what happens next? Like, obviously you survived.
Yeah.
You're talking to me now. You could make a film out of that.
I've made loads of songs about it, you know what I mean? Like living in the hood, you know what I mean? Like,
it's like really inspired me as an
I know it has, yeah. I'm you know, the gangster days, you know, back in the day, you know. You know what I mean? Man. Right.
It's a good story, at least.
I want to get back to your like sort of childhood.
Okay.
But we're talking about trauma now. We're gonna go right back, like, unrelated. But with being a guy like a radio DJ.
Yeah.
Did that cross your mind since being a little lad, like, you know what I mean, like, or because you were saying that it was all about entertainment for you, so you just wanted to put a smile on people's face, but it's performance.
We've properly.
That's fine. That's a podcast. That's a podcast.
That's beautiful, mate. So initially it was the obvious of being an actor.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
okay.
I'll tell you why.
That's interesting.
I'll tell you why, because like the first like TV show I fell in love with was Doctor Who. Mate, I still love it now.
Yeah.
But, so, do you know David Tennant?
Yeah, of course I do, mate.
Mate, honestly.
Apparently I look like him.
That's Matt Smith, I'd say you look like.
Oh, fuck you, bro.
Matt Smith's a handsome man.
He isn't a handsome man at all.
Matt Smith?
Nah.
Are you the right one?
Nah, yeah, I'm
Matt Smith's a good-looking man.
I don't think he is.
Maybe it's the hair.
Continue.
I see, but maybe like a...
Continue
Matt
your
Smith,
monologue.
David Tennant love child. So I used to, like, really want to be the Doctor. Like, really fucking bad.
Really, please.
Like, I was praying every night saying, please, just, that'll be like one for 1 year or something, I don't mind. I really wanted to be the Doctor. And like that was like, I'm going to be an actor, I'm going to become Doctor Who, life's great.
Okay.
And then I think it was year 4 in primary school, I don't know. Like, then every year, like, we had to do like production. I think we had to do like a nativity. and I got cast as the third pig. When you're the third pig, you kind of realise that, you know, that's not a great start to your career.
To career now.
And I did that, and I remember all I had to say, for some reason the pig spoke. I don't know why, but I had like one thing to say. I can't remember what it was, but I remember shitting myself the entire time. Now, for someone else, that'd be like, oh, that was such a rush. I was like, oh, I hate it.
Oh, really?
I hate it.
Okay.
So I was like reassessing everything then, and I just didn't know what to do. And I was like thinking, do I want to be like? So for ages, I then thought, oh, I'm going to be like a newspaper writer, like, because I can, like, you know, I just kind of had this, like, because I was good at literature at school and stuff. Or
the same. It was the only topic that I got an A in, actually.
Yeah,
literature and language.
English language for me, yeah. Yeah. So I was like. So I went off it for ages, and I think I was just listening to, I think it was probably Chris Moyles, like he was like the dude,
the dog's bollocks.
He was.
Yeah. Go on, swear, man. You allowed?
He was the dog's bollocks.
Yes, bro.
And I thought, like, there was no crowd there, so I thought, like, radio might be the thing I want to do.
Yeah.
And then you know, and that took like a long time to get into, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do a bit of that, and then I did work experience at Six Towns Radio when I was 14.
Yep.
I would do a shout out to Terry Bossons. Did you know Terry?
No.
He's a fucking dude, mate.
Okay. Local guy.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
He set up Six Towns Radio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Him and a guy called Rob Ledger. Like, they were like they're
still work there now, or
Terry does.
Moved on. Terry, right? Because Terry might know my new fucking accomplice, right? So I've got a mate that I work with at Tesco called Tracy, and she's got a daughter named Drew. And she's just starting Newcastle College. They'll be dead excited because they watched the podcast.
Nice,
like,
okay. Shout out.
Big shout out. And she's just started presenting on Six Towns.
Nice. Oh,
yes,
sweet.
Man.
Mate, honestly, I swear.
Perfect age as well, because I think she's like 15, 16.
Anyone
so
says to me, anyone says to me, like, I'm thinking of getting into radio, but I want to have a go at it at least.
But Tracy said that they've been looked after really well. Like, she's like sort of like to team up with this girl.
Yeah.
And they just chucked like loads of support for them.
That place is brilliant. Like, I mean, I've not been there since. I was about, I don't know, like maybe 3-4 years. Because I started at Radio Stoke about 4 years ago now, maybe 5. Shit. But I had the best time there, and I genuinely like felt awful when I had to leave. Like when I couldn't present there anymore. Like I was really fucking sad about it because I had the best time. Another guy that I was really close with there, still speak to him as well now, Dan Townley, and like those two were like my first like experience of like having that big brother I mentioned with Rob, and like. They sort of made me like they reiterate that radio is fun and you can have fun and make people laugh and smile. Yep. So I was like, that was it. Then I was like, right, don't want to be a journalist, don't want to do any of that stuff. Like that's great, but that's not for me.
But you have done journalism though, haven't you? You've interviewed people.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So like, I've done like stuff for like the news and stuff, but I guess that was more of an experience kind of thing. Than
do you not enjoy that as much though? Is it like...
I do it. Listen, like if BBC News.
Really? That's interesting, man. I'd be interested in doing something like that. You know,
I'm a lot more open to like. Doing stuff like I said to you when I was like I don't know how old I was 10 when I was doing that third pig role, like I was like, oh no, like I can't, this is too much. But like I think as I've grown up I've kind of like realised that like you take on this sort of stuff. So like for me, I just want to like have fun, and I don't think I'm going to do radio forever. I think because what you're doing now, like social media presenter, I think that's like obviously going to be a massive thing in the future. But I basically want to be having fun with what I'm doing.
Okay.
Whether that be.
So have you thought about like long term, like you know? Like...
I'm always thinking long term.
No,
I'm always thinking it. Yeah.
I've got loads of plans. I'm telling you, mate, musician, stand-up comedian, just podcast presenter. You know, I could do any one of these things.
It's dangerous because like especially like creatives like us, like I think you would just like start like. Overthinking, like, because I'm like I said to you, like I'm there thinking, shit, at 25 I should be on Radio 1. I'm 22 now. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
It's you know, it's like it's your own journey and whatever you ever want to do. So I think I'm just a bit more open minded with stuff now. But at the same, like when I was at Six Towns, I was like, I just enjoy playing a song, coming out of that song, and just like having a load of fun.
Well, what other angles can you go down? Like,
I mean, so.
I was thinking, I saw you more as a journalist, you know, because like being a radio presenter.
I guess that's where
that expectation is put on you that you need to do your research before.
The show that I'm at, like the station, like Radio Stoke is considered like a news outlet. Like a lot of it's like local.
Yeah, local news.
Which is and I enjoy doing stuff like that. But I still have the most fun. And I think I want to go back to doing a bit more of this in the future, like having like a piss takey little game on the radio. Like, that is more fun to me.
That's what I liked about your show, actually. Yeah.
The random games.
Defo, bro.
No, I love it, and I think as well, and this is anyone that's doing radio, I guess. I think like the games. If you're thinking like I want to do a really cool game, the cool games are the ones that get caught out and they're like, if you want to have fun with something, you need to like let people know it's shit. We know it's shit, but that's why it's so funny. That's what Greg James does so well. That's what Chris Mills did so well. They're not there going like, this is an amazing game. This is an amazing idea. Like, it's shit. Like, but that's what's so. But they're not trying to be something. They're
that's
not.
the point.
Because thing is, like, I'm doing this job, but I have no doubt at all that anyone else could do the job as well. Okay. It's just like a mindset thing, I suppose. It's like it's just about not taking yourself too seriously.
Well, you were presenting the Honey Box as well, weren't you?
Yeah, well, I fucking loved doing that.
Did you really? That's good then, man. Yeah.
But that was I was my first time doing that, because I was covering for Poppy, I think, who was doing it with Molly, who eventually she's in London for uni, so she just couldn't get up all the time, so I ended up taking over. But I was covering her for the first time, and I was shitting myself.
Really?
It was a different kind of I enjoyed it, and like the rush of it, and
you're not the third pig, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Mate, yeah.
You're just the second one.
Hey, listen, I'll take it.
You're moving up, like, you know what I mean?
I feel myself becoming maybe one day I'll make it to
first pig.
To Mary. I was thinking Mary or Joseph, mate.
Hey, I think you're aiming too high.
But like, yeah, mate, Alex, I had a great time doing Honey Box. That's what I mean. So I'm so used to now, though, like presenting behind a microphone with no one watching me. Yeah. I want to get more into. This is
the start,
great
bro.
Experience.
Yeah.
Like I want to, because I feel like, you know, radio is great, but as a presenter you can do multimedia.
Do you think as well, like, I suppose something we could talk about is the disintegration of radio in general, anyway, in like pop culture and like how we consume media nowadays, and obviously a lot of it's podcasts. We've got a lot to thank for podcasts now. You know, you're getting a much deeper insight into like a 5-minute, radio show. I'm not slagging off radio, by the way.
No, of course.
Because it's still integral to our culture, you know, like people still listen to the radio and always will do. But do you worry that maybe radio might lose its popularity when you've got so much other, media?
Yeah, that's why I kind of want to explore other opportunities. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like I think like, and I don't know anything, but I feel like people like the BBC or people like I forget the company, the guys that run TalkSport and Talk Radio, these are like big hitters, and I feel like they're gonna adapt. Like radio might not be radio.
Talk Radio, especially, I like Talk Radio.
Yeah,
but they've also
they've done with them. Like they've changed a lot.
They've utilised the social media thing. You know what I mean? Like a lot of their content's getting shared through that platform.
So that's what I kind of think will like. I think there'll be. I don't know what's. I don't know that. I'm thank fuck I'm not in that job, Rob, because I would hate that'd be such a headache. Yeah. But I do think that like. What I mean by that is like the person overseeing it and like how radio develops in the next 10 years, because someone's got to do it. Mm-hmm. I think it will. I've no idea. Like if you ask me how I think it's going to change, I have no idea.
Don't know.
It's not my job, so thank fuck. Yeah. But like I think it will. Because like everything's changing. For example, like if you go in like these top of the range cars now, they have like I don't know what I think it's Apple screen or something like that, and like you can like tap like Spotify on your car, so you haven't got to even like sync up to your phone or anything. So I'm hoping like maybe like BBC or places like that will integrate that into stuff. I really don't know, mate. Like, it is a real fucking head scratcher.
Because again, I'm talking about audience as well. Demographics and like sort of ages of people listening.
Well, that's the thing. So like,
so my concern is radio. What kids listening to radio nowadays?
Well, that's like I try and encourage people. Like, so I'll say to people, I remember once, and I can't believe this. I just started working at Radio Stoke, and I was telling a friend of mine, I've got a job at Radio Stoke, and they were like, "Is it Radio Stoke?
What?
How the fuck do you not know
yeah.
Like, how do you not know that?" Yeah. And I was like, "What do you listen to?" And they're like, "Oh, sometimes my mum has like Radio 1 on." Yeah. Some like it's mad, but like, and podcasts and Spotify, which I think there's pros and cons of Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that. And
I'm not a big fan. I'm on Spotify and I use Spotify, but like they obviously rip the small artists off. That's the problem now. I'm glad it's being spoken about now though as well, and a lot of
there's been a real
big artists are speaking about it as well. About that fucking absolute the rip-off, the absolute, it's a big fucking swindle.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff about it, and I didn't even realise how bad it was. There's a thing I think online, a Spotify calculator, and like if you type in how many streams, it'll estimate how many.
It's you're literally getting 0.002p per play or something like that.
But like so, like as a user of Spotify, it's amazing.
Oh, it's great.
But you know, if you're someone that would use Spotify or would compete with Spotify, it's a killer. Like so, radio is competing with Spotify. Podcast got podcasts. It's got music. Like if you fancy, I don't know, like I fancy throwback 80s music, you could go to Heart 80s, or you could shuffle up 80s playlist on Spotify. Chances are you're going to
go with the Spotify one,
because you know there's no adverts and stuff like that, and so that like you've got to like consider all these factors. So I think like whoever's got to sort this is going to have a big headache, because like I say, young people as well aren't listening, but so we've got to try and find out a way to get them to listen. So I think it'll be a bit more digital. I think like so. This is a visual podcast. Yeah. I think visual radio shows are an absolute must. Like to have in the background or something like that. But again, like, it's not my job, so I'm really thankful for that, because I have no idea how it's going to develop. I'm just going to follow where I think the best place for me is, and I hope that that's going to continue. Because you get an idea, but like again, I just don't know. It's such an uncertain time, so I'm trying to live in the moment a little bit more than I was.
Man, that's something I need to do more. To be fair,
mate. Well, like I say, a year ago, I was overthinking everything. Like I came back from that holiday, and I was like, shit, back at work, this work that. And now I'm just kind of like enduring. I've got my own radio show. That's cool. Yeah. So like I'm going to enjoy that. Mm-hmm. But I've still got to be wary, and like there are some opportunities that I might take in the future that might be a total curveball and totally away from radio, but that'll be because it'll benefit me, and I've got my radio background, so.
But also you've got a lot of things to thank for because of the radio show as well. So either way,
people I've met, radio, like
networking, man.
Right,
this is the main thing that I'm sort of speaking to like a lot of artists about now. It's like, mate, a lot of this is down to who you know at the end of the day, and it's like. When Aaron got involved with me, there was a bit of envy in the scene. I could feel it, and I was hearing things. I was like, "Oh, why has he fucking gone to him?" And it's like, mate, this is benefiting everybody. If you think about it, like we've got somebody outside of Stoke-on-Trent that's coming into play here. Who,
like Aaron has got like a big sort of knowledge of the local music scene.
Man, he's been following it for years. I think I'm his last hope. He's like, come on, please, let's Stoke do something. Like, do you know what I mean? And I feel that, and I use that against him a lot of time. Right, you like memes, don't you?
I love a meme.
You're a cultured boy like myself.
Of course, mate.
Okay, so I've sent you some memes.
Do you want me to get them out? This is where I get them.
This is where we're getting them out now. Okay. And if you watch the full podcast, you will know the rules of the show, which is we're going to play a game called Show Is Your Meme now. Mm-hmm. Now I've selected I think 9 memes here, and what I want you to do is rate these memes out of 10, and I will not accept anything that doesn't have a decimal point in it. So if it's a mid 5, it's got to be 5.4, 5.5. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I want that decimal, bro. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're gonna roll out the freaking music, and we're gonna play Shows Your Meme. So this is the first meme. Have you got him?
I've got it.
The perfect mass doesn't exist. DiCaprio face mask, £15.99. Rate that out of 10, brother.
I'm gonna get that 4.7.
Okay, well, bear in mind you're from the BBC, and I was told they're gonna check up on this podcast. So I've chosen this is like the soft porn of memes, like, do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
So it's not, so what was that, 4.9?
I'm gonna say 7, but the mask is quite funny. 4.9, fine.
Okay, 4.9, that's fine. Next meme. When you hear someone pronounce GIF as GIF, every day we stray further from God.
Okay, I like that one. That's gonna be. I'm gonna give that an 8.8.
An 8.8.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. Well,
silly stuff.
Speaking of Aaron, he calls memes memes.
No, he doesn't. Not seriously.
He does. Yeah. We use that against him now.
To have chats with him.
Fucking hell, that's a high score. That's
funny.
Yeah. Okay.
That's funny.
Next meme. Vegan food menus are like chicken sandwich with dirty bacon, mozzarella cheese, and mayo. It cracks me up.
Funny.
It says true as well. It says true.
I've got some 2 of my best mates are vegan, so when I go out with them, I was kind of feel not obliged. Like I just want to do my bit.
Okay, you want to do your bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
order a big massive bacon pork fucking double T. Yeah.
And I think they do they try and be a little bit like too creative, almost like there's like this like belief. And my friends, I don't think are like this at all. So like I know that it's not that case, but it's like this belief that like people that are vegan are kind of like think they're accessible, everyone. And I think stuff like this doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No.
I'll give that a 7.2.
7.2. That's a good meme score.
7.2.
Next meme. Hey, we should spice things up in the bedroom with a few toys. Me, say no more. Battle dinosaur head gloves.
The kind of shit I'd actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Mine's more like Hot Wheels, you know what I mean? Like I'd like sort of place a freaking track on them naked and like, you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm just laughing thinking of it now.
That's the kind of thing you do. Oh man, I feel sorry for your message, bro. Like,
I'm just a fucking weirdo sometimes, mate.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna give that I gave the Jod one 8.9, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
So I'm gonna give this a 9.1.
Fucking hell, that's a high score.
Well, you mentioned as well that these are like, you know,
these are soft porn memes.
yeah, these are sort of like lemon and herb spice and some
yeah,
memes.
Yeah. Not too spicy.
Yeah. So.
Next meme. My son was having nightmares after watching The Lion King, so I painted him a portrait of me absolutely starching the evil lion. That's good. I like that one though.
I gave that. See, I've gone too high. No, I'll go 9.3. 9.3. These are good, mate.
Okay,
these are good.
Good. Next meme. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan before we read this?
I've actually never seen that.
Do you know what? I'm not a Lord of the Rings memes fan, but I get the references.
Okay.
But we'll continue anyway. We don't want any more visitors. Well, wishes or distant relations. And what about very old Rastafarians? Wagwandalf.
Oh, his name's
Wandalf.
If I was a fan of Lord of the Rings,
that'd be hilarious.
I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like,
or a Rastafarian, you know, or both.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I think Lord of the Rings is more important in this context.
Yeah. Wagwandalf.
I'm gonna give that 4.1.
4.1.
And again, if I was a Lord of the Rings fan or otherwise, I think I'd love it.
That's fair enough. Next meme, 4.1. This is relevant. When you're caught in a group of 7 and the police try to confiscate one of your phones.
Why don't I see that happening? I'll give that a 6.2.
I think if you'd have seen that first half, you'd rate that a little bit higher. When I first saw that, I was crying my eyes out. I fucking fell off my chair, choked on a cracker, and did all that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the standards.
So what was that? 5.6.
5.6. Yeah.
Okay, next meme. Coldplay in the studio, like, yeah, this sounds boring as fuck. Drop it.
my best mate, I'm pretty sure he fucking loves Coldplay.
Oh, he loves Coldplay.
He loves Coldplay. So
what's your opinion on Coldplay?
I don't mind it. I don't mind.
See, that's the thing. I'm not totally against Coldplay. I think they've done a couple of good records.
I think Viva La Vida is a tune.
I brought Milo Xyloto, and it was an album. I think it was a couple of albums after that tune.
Paradise, innit?
Yeah, that was the one.
I can see you liking that.
And I thought that was quite a cool album.
They did a song as well with, I think, Rihanna on that one. It's Princess of Child.
That was it.
That's a tune.
Could have been a princess, been a king. Yeah. But we get the context, you know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
We're on the bandwagon and slagging off Coldplay, like, you know what I mean? Like, so what we're saying.
Can I have no decimal places?
You have to have a decimal place.
So I'll go.
Unfortunately,
I'll go 5.1.
5.1. Okay. Next meme.
So split down the middle, then it was impossible.
Next meme and last meme. Bob the Builder, can we fix it? Bob's wife turned it. Please just sandpaper, Robert. I'll give that a 7.2. That's a good score. Yeah, good. Average meme. Average good meme.
Strong.
Right, and that ends Show Is Your Meme, and that actually ends the show as well. So I want to seriously thank you for coming in,
mate. Thanks for having me.
It's been awesome. I bet it's been different for you. Obviously, being on the other side.
I've loved it. I can see why people get interviewed now. It's nice.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember having this conversation with you back in the Come Down With Me days.
Okay.
Didn't we? When we were going to get me and Rob on, I think, with you, weren't we?
Really?
I feel like we had that conversation.
Bloody hell.
It may have just been sort of, you came in the studio, I'd love to do the podcast, yeah, we'll do it.
I was always, that was bullshitty BBC talk, like, we'll come in. I was like, I'm bullshitting. So when you said that the other day, I was like, I'm getting fucking hold to you.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I fucking had a great time.
And thank you for the wine that you brought in as well.
No, it's alright. Well, I saw Jim, I know Jim's job was obviously experiencing with alcohol, but I feel like he's kind of set a standard now and he doesn't realise it.
Okay, well, so, you made that up in your head, but fucking hell, man, I really appreciate that.
No worries.
I'll probably be drinking that before you go. I just seen the podcast with you on. So yeah, nice one for coming in.
My brother.
I've been Lucas Yeomans. I've been FAR signing out. Nice one, man. Thank you.
Nice one, mate. That was. Yeah, I've had a great time.